Welcome to the Wellness Nurse podcast, where we help you reduce your risk of chronic disease and live a healthier life for longer. I just want to acknowledge what has happened over the last week or so with Australians dialing 000 and getting a delayed response or no response at all. And I want to acknowledge the distress and the disruption that has caused for people not only who are in immediate danger, but for Australians at large who are relying on these systems as part of our healthcare system to get the help that they need when they need it. And following on from these tragedies, I read an article where the chief executive of Optus attributed the tragedy to human error, and it was to a deviation from established processes that the issues were attributed to. And I just wanted to highlight that phrase because it really resounded with me. It was a deviation from established processes. And when we're talking about your health, when we deviate from established processes for a very long time, such as in the case with our lifestyle, then tragedy can ensue. And I don't want that to happen to you. If you are here, you are still listening, then something within you says that you know that there is something that you can do for your health and you want to be a part of it. And I would love to support you on that journey. I want to show you exactly how you can do it. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You've probably tried a few things already. I imagine we all have. Whether it's a crash diet or a 25-day intensive challenge, whatever it is, we've tried it. And if you're like me, you've discovered that they don't work in the long term. I'm a registered nurse. I have a Master's of Public Health. My name is Ros Lindsey, and I'm the host of the Wellness Nurse podcast. And I'm here to help you with your long-term health. I'm here to help you reduce your risk of chronic disease and live a healthier life for longer. And I hope that you will listen to the entirety of this podcast to get a full picture of how easy that can be for you. Last year alone, more than 72,000 Australians lost their lives to 3 chronic conditions: cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and stroke. 72,000 people. For some of those people and for their loved ones, it would have felt like it came out of the blue. For others, maybe it was like a ticking time bomb and they knew they had become unhealthy and it was just a matter of time. For you, I want you to know that wherever you are at, you can start making changes to your life today. And it probably is not too late, depending on how long and how severe your conditions are. There is usually something that we can do. And for most of you, there is absolutely something we can do to help you support your journey towards wellness and towards healthy longevity. As I've said, I am a registered nurse. Nursing is my background. And for most of that nursing career, I have focused in acute care and not in prevention. My passion now is to focus on prevention, to keep you well and out of hospital. My commitment to you is to help you safely take more agency for your health and to guide you towards actions that will help you improve your health, reduce your risk of chronic disease, reduce the severity of the conditions that you're living with day to day, and hopefully even one day in the future, don't do it today, reduce the medications that you require to manage the symptoms that you are experiencing. The principles that I utilize are lifestyle medicine principles. They are the 6 pillars that are the processes that support your health. Like we just talked about, deviating from these established processes. These are the 6 processes that you need to look at to manage, to look after your health. They are social connection, nutrition, movement, sleep, avoiding risky substances, and managing your stress. So they're the 6 pillars, and you can address any one of them and they will have a flow-on effect to the other. So for instance, if you improve your sleep, you are going to feel more inclined to go out and exercise the next day. Likewise, if you are managing your stress, you are going to be more engaged socially. You are going to want to go out with the people that you care for, your friends, your mates. I've developed a wellness roadmap that takes you step by step on how to introduce habits that relate to each of these pillars. Keep listening. I will go through each one of these pillars. Let's have a look at movement. We move our body and we find enjoyable ways to move. Find an activity that you love. Find a sport, whether it's dancing or pickleball, which it is for me. Find whatever it is, swimming, walking, hiking, just choose something that you enjoy doing. Before you know it, you'll just be doing it for the social benefits of it, because you love it, it brings you joy, not because you are exercising or you are trying to meet a minimum exercise requirement. Nutrition. If you can organize your life so that you have a predominantly plant-based diet, have some meat in there and some other proteins like beans, get the nutrition that you need to fuel your body so that it can do all that you need to do. Social connection is so critical for longevity. If we are isolated, we are 50% more likely to die from any cause. We have to be socially connected. Avoiding risky substances, avoiding cigarettes, illicit drugs, and minimizing our consumption of alcohol or avoiding it altogether, we can drastically reduce our risk of chronic disease. Stress is so much more harmful than we previously imagined. It is so critical that we learn how to manage the stress in our lives and that we build up our capacity to deal with the stressful situations that we face. Be open to learning things like breath work and meditation, things that you might not have done before, but that actually have been shown scientifically to change the physiology of our brain. Sleep just affects everything. Obviously, sleep is the lever that will impact on every other of these pillars in our life. I just want to briefly touch on why I'm so passionate about prevention. And you've probably seen it yourself if you have had anything to do with the health system in the last year. You will be starting to see patterns that are becoming increasingly common. And so that is a longer wait to get into your GP. You might experience, if you've called an ambulance, a longer wait to receive an ambulance, longer times in ED. We wait a long time to get a bed in a suitable ward, and our hospital stay is usually shortened. And for some patients, they're not feeling ready to go home. These are all symptoms of a failing system. We are an aging population. We are a population where 1 in 2 Australians is overweight or obese, and 1 in 2 Australians have chronic diseases. We are requiring more care. We have more comorbidities, more illnesses on top of other illnesses. And the system is starting to show the cracks, and many would say it's already in crisis. But in 10 to 15 years' time, it will become increasingly important to prevent disease where we can. There is still much more funding that goes into a reactive medical model and limited funding into prevention. But I don't want that to stop people from taking agency where they can. We have so much agency that we can take. This is our body. I, for one, am extremely grateful to have my heart still beating. I was born with 2 holes in my heart. Very grateful that this heart continues to beat day after day. And I am thankful for this one precious life. And I imagine most days you are very thankful for yours as well. And so I would encourage you, if you are still listening to this podcast, you are keen to know what you can do today. And I would encourage you to go to roslindsey.com/wellness. That's Ros, R-O-S, Lindsey, Lindsey/wellness. And that will take you directly to the Wellness Roadmap. The Wellness Roadmap is your toolkit. It has the Health Selfie app as part of that. That is a free app that you can access separately if you would like, but it is part of this course. There is a preventive health checklist for baseline key health markers and screenings. There is a wellness wheel to identify the best area for you to focus on. There are practical tips to overcome barriers. There are descriptions of all the health professionals so that you can identify the best for your particular condition and to help you build up these pillars of wellness in your own life. It is very affordable, it is evidence-based, and it will give you the tools and the strategies to take you from today to the next week, to the next month with a plan. Moving forward, you can reuse that plan again and again, continually reassess and continually take a very small action, implement it as a habit, and get the momentum, gain the confidence that you need to keep going. I urge you, please do not wait. Do not wait for a medical emergency before you actually restructure your life. Start now. Start early before it is too late. I have seen far too much suffering. Far too much suffering. Please, don't delay. I know it's hard to start, but I'm urging you, yes, you can do this, and I will support you every step of the way. Please go to roslindsey.com/wellness to get your wellness roadmap today. As a medical disclaimer, this is educational content. It's not a substitute for personalized advice, and I suggest you consult with your GP or you book a one-on-one consultation with me at roslindsey.com for individual advice. You've got this. Healthy longevity, a healthy long life. I'm with you and I want to support you every step of the way.